Hi, ho neighbors, Ray to Goji
And
here.
I'm Soylent Greg.
And welcome to the Squeeze the World video podcast for this day is Saturday,
The 18th?
the 16th.
Saturday the 16th.
And this should be going up tomorrow. This would have been up today, but Thursday was Valentine's Day. And,
Yes.
And he needed to spend time with the missus.
That would have been a bad look.
Yeah, bad time.
Sorry, honey, I gotta go talk about video games on YouTube for several people.
Several. Several means 3 or 4.
Yes.
So we got a big feature thing coming up in a little bit.
Yes.
But first we may as well go through the whole rigmarole of what games we've been playing this past week. I guess the past couple weeks, because
Because you haven't seen us in a while.
Yeah.
What you been playing, Patrick?
I beat like 4 games.
Nice.
When we last met, I had started playing Illusion of Gaia. I had since beaten that.
Great game.
I've also beat Rayman 3D, River City Ransom. What was the other thing? Mischief Makers was the other one I beat.
Damn, you've just been piling through them.
Well, they were all pretty short.
Yeah.
But I've been recently. I've been playing Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door. I'm going to try to get that done by next weekend.
Nice.
Hopefully, I should be able to do if I can beat at least one chapter a day. That should be pretty well good. What about you, Greg? What are you been playing?
While we were not here, I beat Resident Evil 2, the new one. That was excellent. Other than that, in terms of what I've been playing, the Fire Emblem thing from the Fire Emblem news from the Nintendo Direct made me want to play some Fire Emblem. So I downloaded Dolphin and a copy of the Fire Emblem game for GameCube. I believe it's called Fire Emblem Path of Radiance.
Oh,
and
that's one with Ike in it, right?
Yes, that one has Ike in it. I'm on Chapter 8.
I'm not a Fire Emblem fan, so I wouldn't know.
Shit has finally hit the fan. It's really good. It's interesting. I loved Fire Emblem Awakening, but then I never really did like a deep dive into the series, despite loving it so much. So now I'm doing this. I'll probably play the Game Boy Advance ones at some point because they're generally agreed to be like some of the best. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is normally where we go into our news feed or whatever.
News.
But we're pretty much gonna forego that.
Who cares? You know what happened this week.
Yeah, I mean, like the only thing I can think of that happened was
You have already been outraged by all the outrages.
Sony said stuff about crossplay, and then a developer called them out on it.
That was pretty funny.
That was a thing that happened, but I can't really think of anything else that really happened.
And all the reviews for Far Cry, New Dawn, and
I didn't know about
the other
that.
games that have come out, and
Whatever.
all that. But there's one blinding beam of light cutting through the darkness of the bullshit of the video game industry and illuminating directly to the people. And that's called the Nintendo Direct. What was a humdinger of a Nintendo Direct?
Yes.
They're usually not this awesome.
No.
And this one just was it was a barnstormer.
I
and other old-timey saying.
I usually don't go out of my way to watch these, but then like Greg said something about it that I'm like, okay, I got to see what's going on with this. And there's like a lot of things that I actually am kind of getting excited for in video games, which doesn't happen very often.
It's funny. We were talking last episode, I think it was, about whether the Switch could keep up sort of the momentum that it's built, or whether it's going to kind of dissipate at this point now. And I mean, just from the stuff that we've seen in the Nintendo Direct, there's a very bright 2019 coming to your Switch.
Hopefully.
And that's even discounting the things that weren't in the Nintendo Direct, which are rumored to be on the horizon this year, which we'll also talk about. But
yeah, I've been. I know I've seen some things that are going to be put on my list to buy this year. Which, like I said, I'm only putting things on that I'm really looking forward to getting, and there are a couple of things I'm really looking forward to getting now for this year. So at least two things have been added to my list. For this year. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to basically kind of, I don't know what order we're going to go in, but we basically each picked a topic that we're the most excited about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about our favorite thing from the Direct, and I at least want to talk about my least favorite thing from the Direct, and then we're just going to kind of go through the Direct and talk about all the stuff that happened. So if you haven't watched the Nintendo Direct,
You may want to do that.
Could do that and then follow along.
You can
or
pause.
You could just let us talk about it and then go watch the Nintendo Direct.
I mean, we're going to be saying stuff out of order, but
yeah, things are going to be out of order.
My recommendation: pause this here, then go watch the Direct, and then come back. We'll still be here. How long are you going to do that for?
I don't know.
For like about half hour. That's about as long as the Direct is.
Usually about a half an hour.
Yeah.
So just pretend this podcast was a half hour longer than usual this week.
Okay.
So
welcome back. Welcome back from watching the Direct.
It was awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Nintendo! Fuck you, Sony. Fuck you, Microsoft. I'm Nintendo. I'm out. All right.
Okay.
So my favorite thing from the Nintendo Direct, for me, the Nintendo Direct definitely blew its wad early. Right off the bat, it was, here's Mario Maker 2, and 5 seconds in, yes, Virginia, we have slopes in Mario Maker 2.
Did they not have that in Mario Maker 1?
No, there were no slopes in Mario Maker. It was like the number one thing that people wanted. And, hoo boy, what a trailer. My house was buzzing. My son, the way that the video game consoles are set up in our house, my son has the Wii U in his room. It's his room gaming console. Mm-hmm. And he still plays Mario Maker like almost every day. He makes levels. He plays new levels that comes out. So he lost it for this trailer, you know. Oh my god, they got the Angry Sun, they got water levels and space levels, and they got Mario 3D World, and yes.
And they got slopes.
They got slopes, yes.
Was he excited for the slopes?
Yes. He said he can't believe that they finally added slopes to it. But yes, just like in Mario World and Super Mario Bros. 3, you're going to have slopes. It looks sleek as hell. There's a lot of information in that short little trailer with regards to the user interface, with regards to all the stuff that's being added. I would never admit this to my child, but I'm a little bit ambivalent on the whole adding Super Mario 3D World to the tile set. The cat suit's cool, but yeah, Mario 3D World wasn't really like a 2D Mario game.
Right.
So
kind of defeats the purpose.
It sort of had 2D sections, though, like when you went underground and everything, and that's sort of what it's replicating.
I think it's because they wanted to add things like the cat suit and the little, I guess, the pipes, the clear pipes or whatever.
And the...
I've never played 3D World, so I don't...
You've never played 3D World?
I played 3D Land.
And the piranha plants that go up and down that are spiked, they go out and retract. They're awesome. But yeah, I'm definitely stoked for Angry Sun. I'm definitely stoked for half-flooded levels like in Super Mario World, or the levels in Mario 3 with the big Bertha fish that eats you. We didn't see that in the trailer, but I'm hoping that the fact that they have the half water levels,
it's inevitable,
means that they're going to add the fish.
That's inevitable.
I'm stoked. I can't wait for a whole new generation of trollish Kaizo levels, and I'm looking forward to seeing all sorts of ridiculous shit that people get to making with this.
So many don't move levels.
Yes, and I think it's really one of the last pieces of the puzzle. They still need to do Tokyo Mirage sessions, but after they get Mario Maker on the Switch, and they'll almost have absolutely everything that was like a must-play on the Wii U on the Switch. Because they've been doing that. They put, Tropical Freeze on the Switch. They put New Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario U, yeah.
U on the Switch.
Hyrule Warriors.
Hyrule Warriors. They're making a new Yoshi Wool Yoshi game that's coming out to sort of... obviously, it's not Yoshi's Woolly World, but it's still the same kind of game.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll pretty much... Oh, and Mario Kart, duh. So yeah, they're basically completing that with having a Mario Maker game.
Completely sweeping the... Unless they... Well, they still haven't come out with the Virtual Console yet. I'm not counting the NES game thing.
That's true.
But if they can do that, then they'll have completely swept the Wii U under the rug.
Yeah, early frontrunner for Game of the Year for me is Mario Maker 2. Patrick, what was your favorite thing that you saw in the Nintendo Direct?
Take a wild guess.
I think I can can guess, I think it was the very last
thing that was
mentioned.
Folks who have been following our Let's Plays on this channel will know that my favorite game of all time is The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.
Yes.
And I would not have watched the Direct at all if Greg didn't tell me they're remaking Link's Awakening for the Switch. And I'm like, no.
Yeah. I had
You're
to tell,
shitting
I'm
me.
like, I had to go tell Patrick. I'm like, he has to have seen it, but it's his favorite game. And as soon as that came up, I literally, as I was watching it, when it came up, I was like, Patrick is going to go nuts.
I kind of did. I was a little apprehensive at first about the art style.
It's different.
It is very different, but I mean, just looking at obviously it seems to be like a 1-1 translation from the Game Boy game over onto the Switch, which is not a bad thing. And I'm really looking forward to playing it and seeing what they may have added.
Yes,
because I've been playing a lot of randomized Link's Awakening as well, so it's kind of getting me more in the mood to see.
If it had a randomizer mode,
that would be delightful.
I'd kill for some sort of, when they add the sort of adding Super Nintendo games to the Virtual Console, because they have like the special Zelda where you have all the rupees and stuff. Mm-hmm. If the Zelda one was that it has a randomizer, I would never need to buy another game.
Randomizers are becoming so much more popular. Nintendo should like look at that and be like, hey, we could do something
really
with it.
Yeah.
But Link's Awakening looks really, really nice, and I'm just excited that my favorite game is getting some love again. So
it's good. It looks a little bit cutesy. It looks
I can get used to it.
It looks better in motion, honestly, than it does
mm-hmm.
in stills. I'm really interested to see, like you said, what they'll add to it. I'm interested to see how. Are they going to preserve like the Link's Awakening DX stuff, like the color dungeon and everything?
I hope so.
I'm not sure.
That's part of the game for me now.
Translate to the Switch version or not? I'm not.
Well, yeah, because you get the different colored tunics at the end.
Right.
But I'm hoping that they keep all the deluxe stuff in, because that's just that I consider that part of the game for me now. And to take something out like that would be, kind of a disservice, I think.
I will say, when it ended, when it faded out to that 2019 and that little bit of like the Windfish's ballad
mm-hmm.
kicked up, you got the feels?
A little bit.
I got the feels
a little bit.
I'm like, oh my god, yes!
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
Into my veins, Nintendo!
I need my fix.
Give me my Link's Awakening, you son of a bitch!
Oh yeah, we don't know when that one's coming out. I know it's going to be sometime this year.
Is what it said.
But whenever that is,
sorry, go ahead.
I will be getting that day one and playing it immediately.
And Mario Maker is June 2019.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a specific date yet, but it's June.
Okay.
So moving on, did you have a least favorite thing from the? Because I did.
I don't know. I think I know what you're talking about too with your least.
Oh, you know what it is.
I know what it is. I don't know. I really wasn't. I mean, there were some things that obviously there were other things that excited me as well. Some other things that I learned about that I am putting on my radar. But there wasn't really anything that I felt like I hated or felt was like a least favorite. I mean, I think it was kind of ridiculous that they wanted us to get excited for Assassin's Creed 3.
It's like, why would you put the worst Assassin's Creed game to the Switch?
Is it the worst one?
It absolutely is.
Okay. It's the only one that I've really played.
At least like 4 would be slightly like would be somewhat like, oh, okay, I can sail the seas on my Switch. Or
I've played the beginning of the first one, the beginning of 3, the very beginning of 4, and the beginning of the Vita one, and I didn't care for any of them really. I mean, I liked 3's like presentation, but
3 is where I jumped off the Assassin's Creed train because
Gotcha.
it was bad. But yeah, that's kind of lackluster. I'm not enthused about like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance stuff or whatever. But was only one piece of news that actively enraged me.
Oh God!
Watching this
I know what it is,
and it's that Behavior is porting Dead by Daylight to the Switch in fall. Behavior, Jesus,
it looks terrible.
Oh, it looks bad. I hate Dead by Daylight, and I hate it with a fervency that can only come from someone who also loves Dead by Daylight. Because it at the core, it is a very good, addictive multiplayer game with a good heart. But it's just been sort of screwed over by developers every point of the way, and this is just sad because, you know, it just
you keep playing it.
Yeah, they keep lying. It's like for a year they said that they couldn't do bans on console, so people who played the game on console who were hacking, were using lag switches, were holding the game hostage. Oh, their response was, we can't do anything about that. Then they accidentally release a patch that contains an exploit that lets people get prestige clothing in like 5 minutes, and they immediately start banning people and roll out a ban system. They said they were going to have an optimization patch in December, and there still has been no optimization patch. And console performance is horrible for the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the game. And instead of fixing any of that, they're going to put a version on the Switch that looks like a goddamn PS2 game. It looks bad, and even like the doctored, like the shots that they want to show you, it looks like 30 frames per second is just not even going to happen for this. It looks bad. The game's performance is terrible on consoles, so I can't even imagine how bad the Switch is. And it's just such a fucking blatant cash grab because the Switch is hot right now. It's the fucking Ian Malcolm thing. You know, your scientists were so preoccupied with whether they could, they never stopped to ask themselves whether they should. Should Dead by Daylight be on the Switch?
No.
No! But it can make us more money! So, yeah, it's coming out in the fall. They are supposed to have dedicated servers by then as well.
They say that.
I'll believe that when I see it.
But they also said there'd be an optimization patch in December.
And I still see people ragdolling around the map and T-posing while they're being chased.
And yet you keep playing it.
I play it a lot less than I used to. I
remember
play with my family.
When you were on vacation. I think when you were on when you were in Florida. A few weeks ago, you said that you had no desire to play Dead by Daylight. And
that was when the hacking thing happened.
and then I saw that you were on Dead by Daylight.
It's a problem. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
Yes. But that was my least favorite thing. Thank you for indulging me in that rant. I was irritated by that because holy shit. Don't buy it. It's gonna be horrible.
I don't plan to. So yeah, that's basically the most highs and the most lows that we have.
Highest highs and the lowest lows.
So let's go over just at least briefly everything else in between.
Sure, of course.
And there's a lot of stuff here.
Just sort of ping pong through.
And this isn't in any particular order. I just kind of had these like separated, and then I gotta put them all kind of back together.
Cool.
So Final Fantasy IX is the first thing I have on here. Now they did announce a long time ago that I say a long time ago, it was more like a few months ago, that they were going to be coming out with Final Fantasy 7, 9, 10, 10-2, and 12 on the Switch.
It's a Final Fantasy bonanza.
And they announced a release date for 7. I think it's in March.
God, it's soon. I remember it was soon.
And 9 is out now.
Yeah.
They actually released that while I was on the Switch. From what I understand, it is the same port that they've been putting on Steam and PS4.
Yes, so I looked at it a little bit. A YouTube video of it a little bit. It is absolutely. It's the Steam version. It's the PS4 version. So it graphically it looks slightly better. It looks a little bit better. The character sprites and everything are crisper, and it has the things like the speeding up and slowing down
and taking out the encounters as well.
The extra options, same as what's in the PS4 version of Final Fantasy VII.
I am planning on getting the Switch version, not right away.
It's $20.
It is $20, but
it's too much.
It's Square Enix, so I kind of expected that. That's how much they charge for the game on Android. So
that's true. Don't play it on Android.
But I will be getting on the Switch because I want it on the Switch.
It's a good game.
It is a very good game.
Not
it's my favorite Final Fantasy.
It's good that it's on there. I'm sure there will be people who buy it who have never played it before and will enjoy it. I myself, who own it on the Vita, who owns FF7 on like 3 different devices, I'm not going to buy either of these.
I mean, even if you don't buy the Switch version or the newer version, you do owe it to yourself to pick it up and play, because it's a fantastic game.
Oh, sure, it is.
Next up, a couple of things from Platinum Games. First off, an assurance that they are still working on Bayonetta 3, which is good. And then,
although it won't come out until there's a D-pad for the Switch and the Virtual Console.
You can get a D-pad on the Switch. But the main thing that they were showing off was their new game Astral Chain, which
more like off the chain.
I think. I did show that the Kamiya was involved. I think someone else who was big was involved. I can't remember who it was though.
Yeah, Hideki Kamiya is not the director. It's listed he's like the supervisor or something. So
that's the way it was with Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, presumably he's directing on Bayonetta 3 and is supervising on this.
Fair enough. It looks neat. I have it on my radar. I'm still gonna give it some time before I decide whether or not I'm gonna get it. But it looks neat enough. I think I heard people say that it was like a spiritual successor to something, or it seemed to be a spiritual successor to something.
I mean, it looks a lot like a Platinum game. I mean, it looks kind of like Bayonetta. The art style is kind of. It made me think for a moment that it might have been SMT5, because it is sort of like Persona-esque.
They mentioned Sin and Punishment. It looked like a spiritual successor to Sin and Punishment or something.
Okay. The double character thing where they're linked by a chain, that looks like it could be really interesting, like battle system wise.
Or it could be like Knuckles Chaotix.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully there'll be a demo for it or something for it out soon. But yeah, definitely on the radar. Just because, I mean, shit, it's Platinum. Platinum in general don't make bad games, so
they made games that I wasn't interested in, but. I think there were some games that I played by them that I couldn't get into, but I can't remember what they were at the moment. Anyway, two big things that made me really happy. Dragon Quest related things, obviously.
Oh, yes.
We finally got a date for Dragon Quest Builders 2. That's July 12th. That's coming out.
Yep.
So I'm getting that day one playing that. Also, as far as I know, they finally announced a Western release for Dragon Quest 11 on the Switch. They are... and people have been saying that it's been that they mentioned it was coming out. I don't remember them mentioning that. So this is the first I had officially heard of them.
I don't either. I was honestly thinking it probably wouldn't happen
because I see so many people just assuming that it was coming out, and now it is. So that at least it makes me happy that 11 did well enough for them to consider putting it on the Switch at the very least. But we're going to have new character arc storyline things. They're actually putting the fucking orchestral soundtrack in the game.
I don't know who they threatened with firearms to get the orchestral soundtrack.
Koichi Sugiyama, probably.
Probably, but they did it.
Or they probably okay, here's a lot of money. Could you just let us put it in, please?
That too, yeah.
He's a stubborn fucker.
And a fascist, apparently.
And a fascist.
But we've done our required. Koji Sugiyama is a fascist. Okay, let's continue.
And it also has the 16-bit mode that was in the 3DS version, and it makes me sad that I don't have the 3DS version.
It makes me sad that I'm going to have to buy it again for the fucking 16-bit and the orchestral and the new content.
I will be keeping an eye out for a limited edition to buy, much like I did with the PS4 version. I still plan on getting a Platinum Trophy in the PS4 version and then switching over to the Switch.
And
that was accidental. But yes, that's exciting news.
That is. I hope it does really, really well. I think other than Xenoblade Chronicles 2, do we have a big JRPG on the Switch yet? I don't think we do. So that's kind of big. It fills an important niche in the Switch, so I hope it does real well.
They should have come out with it a year ago, but
yes, they should have. But let's
move on. Fire Emblem.
Delayed.
What?
Fire Emblem is coming out in July. It was originally supposed to come out in the spring. They never actually said it's delayed, but they just came out and said it's in July. So it was a stealth pushback of Fire Emblem 3
like the day after they announced it.
No, it had been scheduled for a spring release for a while.
This is the first I had heard about it. Was on the Direct.
Yeah, this is not the first piece of news we're
talking about 3 houses, by the way.
Fire Emblem the 3 houses, or is it just 3 houses?
3 houses. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not buying it, but. I'm not a Fire Emblem fan, so I'm not getting it.
I am, so
but that's why I wanted to put some spotlight on it, because I know you like Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem, good. I wasn't blown away by the presentation for Fire Emblem. It was long and it focused entirely on the story, which is probably my least favorite part of Fire Emblem. It didn't focus on any of the mechanics or the chess on crack nature of the tactical combat. But it looks good. It looks like Fire Emblem. It's probably going in on the whole make your anime characters get married and have babies thing.
Of course.
Harder than Awakening and Fates did, which will probably turn off some people. But
and it's the whole reason you're playing Awakening right now.
I'm playing Path of Radiance right now.
That's what I meant.
And I'm not making babies in it. I'm killing people.
Killing babies.
No. I'm moving my men with pikes and spells at the other people
babies.
And blowing them up. They are not babies.
Not yet.
That's actually because we need a controversy. So the first mission of Fire Emblem, it's basically going to be like Anakin with the younglings. You're gonna need to wade into a grid-based pattern of toddlers and just throw spells everywhere. It's going to be like that meme about how many 5-year-olds could you beat in a fight, in Fire Emblem.
Next thing, they announced that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's getting its 3.0 update. They didn't say what it's going to do.
They literally were like, "Are you wondering what the 3.0 update is?"
Well, we're not going to tell you.
Stay tuned.
And they
that was a little bit dickish of them.
I know.
That was fun.
And they reiterated that Joker's coming out as DLC, and he's going to be the
Persona
first.
5 port yet.
If there's going to be one,
I think there's going to be something. Something. I don't know what.
Look, the reason that Joker is in Smash Brothers is because Persona Q2 is out in Japan. And it's coming out over
Where's
here.
my, what they should do, they should make a fucking Persona 3 Platinum for Switch. I would eat that shit up, but nobody's going to do that.
Despite the fact that the last Box Boy game was called Bye Bye Box Boy, they're making another Box Boy game.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I've never played a Box Girl. I have never played a Box Boy game. But the trailer was really cute. I might, if that is sufficiently cheap, I might try that at some point.
I
do you like Box Boy?
I have not played Box Boy.
Okay.
I've been. It looks like a neat puzzle game. I've been interested in trying out a demo at some point, but that's a thing. Tetris 99 is out.
Tetris Battle Royale. I love it.
That's pretty much all that is.
I love it. I think that Tetris and Battle Royale go together better than you might expect.
Did you play it?
I have not played it yet because I don't have the Switch Online as of yet.
Oh, right.
It looks good. I'm trying to think.
I can just picture Alexei Pajitnov just in his office, what can we do to make this more entertaining, more Battle Royale, Fortnite, make Fortnite Tetris.
100 Tetris pieces parachute onto an island. No, it's 100 people playing Tetris. I love, to me it almost reminds me a little bit of 1 versus 100. That game for the 360 that was also sort of like a big battle thing, but with that was basically taking that idea and then applying it to a Trivial Pursuit format. This is taking it and just applying it to Tetris.
Yeah. But I don't play online things. I already have Tetris on my Switch, so I really don't care.
I guarantee you it's more fun than Fortnite.
Probably. Oh, this is the funny thing. There's there was a big announcement by Disney, and I was like, what are they making Kingdom Hearts 3 for the Switch? And then it was the little
Sum.
It's like a little thing. It was like a collectible bean thing.
Have you not seen these?
I know, I've seen them before. And then it's like the Disney bought the brand, and now they just make all Disney stuff.
That's how I know you don't have a kid, because the toy aisles, there's like an entire section devoted to those Tsum things. They're big.
But I just feel sorry for whoever was expecting Kingdom Hearts 3D coming out on Switch.
I love that idea. Somebody like, oh my god, a Disney announcement is in Kingdom Hearts, and then it's like Pooh and Eeyore bouncing around like a Mario Party board, like kicking Piglet into the air. Not gonna buy it.
I already mentioned Ass Creed.
Looks like shit.
Hellblade's Senua's Sacrifice.
I need to play that at some point.
That's a thing.
Probably not on the Switch, though.
Demo out for Yoshi's Crafted World.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
The demo's out now. They've got DLC coming out for the Switch version of Captain Toad, which is great for me because I'm getting the 3DS version. Final Fantasy VII in March. New Star Fox missions are coming out for that new Toys to Life game I didn't buy.
Yeah, they're basically making it a backdoor Star Fox game.
Starlink Battle for Atlas.
Yeah, they're just adding all the Star Fox characters and...
Screw you people who bought the PS4 version.
Yeah, no.
Dead by Daylight we already talked about. Whatever the hell Demon Ex Machina is.
Oh, yeah, that's that, it's like a mech game. There's a demo out for it. I haven't played it yet, but, yeah, it's a mech game.
Grid Autosport.
It makes me happy, talking about the Demon Ex Machina thing, it makes me happy that the Switch has become the new Vita in terms of all
Don't say that!
No, not in terms of success, in terms of all these, like, weird Japanese games just finding a home on it. Like, the weird, like, RPGs and the stuff about, like, people in mech suits blowing up the world. That's great.
We're this close to it being nothing but Danganronpa and Hyperdimension Neptunia.
Damn it! Yes. When is there the huge blitz of Hyperdimension Neptunia games on the Switch?
It should be soon.
To drain all color from the world.
Grid Autosport. That's a racing game. I think.
Okay.
Someone made that. Someone made that. I think it's either
someone
Ubisoft,
made that game.
Ubisoft or EA or something like that.
No, it just showed up at EA's doorstep one day.
I don't think it was EA because EA doesn't support the Switch.
Inside of a blank VHS tape. All who watch it have died.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I know people who are excited for that. I liked Marvel Ultimate Alliance back in the day, but not enough for me to want to play it again now.
I never enjoyed those games. They're like, what if we took Diablo and sucked all of the fun out of it?
I don't know.
And I'm still mad that they canceled Marvel Heroes.
I have been playing. I played it since it was like X-Men Legends, and that was really fun at the time. But whatever. Oninaki. I don't even know what that is. I think that was part of one of the points where I was kind of spacing out.
Do you know what Oninaki is? Like, comment, and subscribe. Comment in the comments, and then like and subscribe to the channel. It's my chance to pimp that.
Ken, Daisy, and Young Link Amiibo are coming out soon. That's good.
You know what? The one thing that I will say that might be a positive for Dead by Daylight coming to the Switch is it raises the potential for Dead by Daylight amiibos. And I'd buy like a Huntress amiibo. Like a little Huntress with like her bunny mask and like a hatchet. Like I would put that on my desk. I wouldn't play it on the Switch, but that would be fun.
Enhanced remake of Rune Factory 4, for all your Rune Factory fans out there, I know you exist.
Both of you.
And they're also making a Rune Factory 5.
Yeah, so I'm kind of surprised. That was a big stealth, shocking, hardcore gamer announcement. I know a couple of people who
I know people who are really into Rune Factory.
Really, happy about that, and good for you.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night has a release date now, at least until Koji Igarashi decides to push it back again.
Oh boy, yeah. And it still doesn't have a release date on Linux, though, even though it was in the Kickstarter.
So, yeah.
I'm going to talk about that.
Probably would have been more excited for Bloodstained having a release date if this was 3 years ago and I still cared.
It doesn't look good. The graphics, I just don't like them. I'm sorry.
I mean, I understand. I mean, this is just another Mighty Number 9 situation for me.
Yeah,
that's what
it's going to be a shame. It's going to be a shame if the Castlevania 3 version that they put out, the Bloodstained or whatever it was basically NES Castlevania.
That's already out, yeah.
If that ends up being the better game,
I don't know. It seems decent enough, but I'm not interested.
Was there anything else?
There was something called Unravel 2. That was a
that's coming
game
out on the Switch
of some kind, but that's pretty much everything that they announced.
And Star Citizen is not coming out on the Switch because it would have to come out on things that are not the Switch first.
Yeah.
That was not part of the Direct.
No, it was
I
not.
would love to see Star Citizen. I would love to see Chris Roberts' big head trying to... Chris Roberts has joined the battle in Smash. And then Richard Garriott is also in Smash and just beats the shit out of
I'm gonna make a me that looks like Richard Garriott.
Richard
I'm
Garriott
gonna put him in Smash Brothers.
Richard Garriott's like Final Smash. It definitely involves
Lord British.
yes, it definitely involves
you can't kill Richard
putting
Garriott.
on like a crown and yeah.
That's his big thing is that he can't die.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Well, he just loses one stock.
I guess. Anyway, that's pretty much it for that. I think not really much else to talk about. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about the Direct. I hope you enjoyed watching the Direct. I certainly did. I was very surprised. So next week probably be more traditional fare. Maybe some more bullshit will happen.
Oh,
in
we
the
didn't
game
talk
industry.
about any of the shit that they didn't have in the Direct.
Oh, what? Wait, we should.
What are they saving for? What are they saving for E3? Because E3's right around the corner.
Maybe they'll have some stuff on Metroid Prime 4. It's
Oh, they
that's
definitely
like
don't.
That's like the only thing I can think of. But they just restarted Metroid Prime 4 recently,
Yeah, that's
so
not gonna happen.
they can take their time with that. As far as
I'm
concerned.
assuming the big centerpiece, much like Smash was last year, will be Pokemon. We didn't get any Pokemon, not even like a tease. We know.
Well, we know
coming out.
We know
this
it's coming
year.
out in fall this year.
So
they
that's
announced that
gonna
like
be,
a year ago.
Huge. I'm hoping, it would be nice if we got some Animal Crossing news. It would be nice to get something Metroid related, even if it's not, a brand new game.
Maybe they'll remake Super Metroid.
Maybe
That's the next one that they have to they had Metroid Zero Mission, Metroid Samus Returns.
I'd be real concerned about a Super Metroid remake, but
I wouldn't. Be nice.
Anything else? What are the other? Are there any other big guns that they haven't fired yet? We really should be hearing something Mario Kart related, because it's been like over 2 years since the last Mario Kart game. It's about time.
I'm thinking that they might be resting on their laurels with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I know it's a Wii U port, but they generally tend to have only one Mario Kart game per system.
Yeah.
And I think they might just be keeping 8 as their Switch Mario Kart game.
But I wouldn't be expecting new Mario.
I hope there's not another new Mario game.
It would be.
I mean, by new Mario, I mean New Super Mario Brothers. I hope that they just stop that.
It would be a huge shock beyond to see new Zelda beyond what we've already seen.
Yeah.
So that's a possibility.
If there was to be another Mario game, I would want it to be along the lines of Mario Odyssey, because that's
absolutely
the first really good Mario game that we've had, I think, since Mario Galaxy, maybe.
So yeah, but if we end up being right, you heard it here first. If we're wrong, fuck you.
Then don't.
Terrorists made me say.
So I guess now we're done.
Now we're done. Sorry about that. You've heard of false starts. That was a false ending.
It's go like Return of the King up in here.
Exactly.
This just in. Yeah. So.
But Sam, I must go back to the Shire now. Okay. Sorry.
We'll start coming up with storylines in our podcast now. Anyway, that's going to be it for today for Really Reels. So join us next week when we will have more gaming news and bullshit and all that kind of stuff for your ears and eyes. And until then, I've been Rado Goji.
And I'm Soylent Greg.
We'll be here next time. Join us, won't you?